Yo, welcome back to Fire and Water Cooking. I am Darren, and today, we're gonna do something I don't think I've done on the channel before. I may have a long time ago, but we're gonna cook some pork steaks. I got some blade shoulder roasts, bone in here, that are cut about a little over 2 inches thick. That's considered a pork steak, if you know what I'm talking about. The pork steaks that you see that have been cooked on at some of the famous barbecue restaurants down in Texas. But I got two of them here. I got these from Wild Fork, of course. You can see the link below. So check out Wild Fork. They carry all kinds of stuff like this, guys. All kinds of stuff you might not find at your local grocery store. So check them out. So what we're going to do today on the Lone Star Grillz Fuego Trio, something a little bit different. If you guys have a Lone Star Grillz pellet grill, you might know what I'm talking about. But I'll be right back and I'll tell you what we're going to do.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
All right, guys, before I tell you what I'm going to do on the Lone Star, I am going to go ahead and season these up. I'm not going to bore you with doing it right here, right now, but I am going to season these up with my new black and gold honey barbecue. Still don't have it on the shelf yet, guys. Almost here. I'm thinking a couple more weeks. I should have an idea of when I'm going to be able to start letting you guys buy this stuff. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to season these up with this barbecue rub today. But what I'm going to do, since this particular grill has the same operational equipment as Lone Star Grillz pellet grills with the auger and all that, Lone Star actually sells these wood chips. They're kind of smaller. I highly suggest if you're going to use these wood chips, or you're going to use wood chips with your pellets with the Lone Star Grillz, you get these because they are specifically made for the Lone Star Grillz pellet grills. And what you can do with these is you mix about half and half with your pellets. And that's what I'm going to do today, guys. I'm going to use these wood chips. These are oak chips. You can get either oak or hickory, but I'm going to use the oak ones here, and we're going to mix them half and half with some of the pellets that I have left over. I did clean out my pellet hopper, which you can. It has a pellet release in the back where you can clean out what's in the hopper so you can change pellets out and do things like this. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to add these together in just a second. But that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to cook it low and slow, about 225 all the way on the pellet side, using these wood chips and pellets. Give me a second, guys, and I'll show you how I'm going to mix these pellets and wood chips together. All right, guys, before we get those pellets mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and season up these pork steaks with my black and gold honey barbecue seasoning so they can brine just a little bit while we're getting the pellet grill set up. So let them sit for a minute while we do that. All right, guys, so here I got my pellets, and that's a mixture of Pit Boss pellets and pecan shell pellets there. So so it does look a little different, but they're the competition blend Pit Boss pellets with some of the pecan shell pellets in there. And I'm going to I got to use this bowl here to kind of scoop in some of these oak wood chips. I'll be back when I'm ready to pour them in the pit. All right, guys, I got them mixed up as good as I possibly could here. So I'm going to go ahead and dump them right into the pellet hopper. This should be right about 25 pounds or so of pellets. So it should be plenty to get us through this cook. And, I'm going to mix up some for later. But as you can see here, that's what it looks like inside the pellet hopper with a close-up. So it should be good. All right, guys, so I got it set to 235, just turned it on, getting it going. I am going to actually monitor both of the pork steaks with the thermometers as well. So we're going to make sure we monitor it. I got my vent here on the left side opened all the way. So that's what you want to do when you're using pellets. I got the vent on the right side closed all the way, like you want to do when you're using pellets, because you want that smoke to kind of carry through the chamber that way. And we're going to put our pork steaks right on the top shelf, I think right above the where the fire box is there. So we're going to go ahead and that's how we're going to set it up today, guys. And I guess I'm going to do an experiment for you guys today. I'm going to have one on the high rack right above where the fire is, and I'm going to put one over on the other side too on the high rack, and we're going to monitor the internal temps of both of those and just see how fast one or the other cooks. If they cook the same, they cook slower. That'll kind of gauge a lot of these questions on, you know, does this cooker have consistent temps throughout, or do we have to adjust for the different temperatures because this part is kind of set off separate from the other part. So a lot of people will think that you'll have less heat over on this side because of that. So we're going to test that out today. Probably another 15 minutes or so. When that gets up to temp consistently, I'll put it on. We'll be back. All right, guys, I'm going to get these on the smoker now. I just put the thermometers in the pork steaks. This one here is on the first channel, and it's right at 47.9 degrees is what it's reading. And the farther one there is reading 46.9. So they're about a degree off from each other internal temperature right now. So we're going to keep monitoring that. But like I said, let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this first one. It's a little bit smaller than the other one. And we're going to put that over here on this side, on the upper shelf. Try and make that so that it doesn't hit the shelf here. And then I'm going to take this one, put it right over the fire pot here, so we can monitor these and see just if they cook similar, the same, different. We'll see that. So as you can tell, I think let me do this. I want to make them, I don't want to give one an advantage over the other, so I'm going to make sure they're both laying the same way, lengthwise across. So there you go, guys. We'll check back after an hour or so, see how they're doing. All right, guys, monitoring it with the fireboard, of course. You can see channel 1 was the one farthest away, and channel 2 is right over the fire pot. And you can see this is about after an hour and a half where the internal temps sit. So it does look like right over the fire pot, is especially on that higher rack, is going to cook just a little bit faster. All right, we'll see how it goes down the road. All right, guys, sitting right at the 2.5 hour mark, and of course, the temperature difference now is about 35 degrees. So we're going to switch these around, see if we can get the other one to catch up with the first one here, and then we're going to give it a spritz. So that's all you need to know, guys. It's going to cook a little bit faster right over the fire pot, like we would think it would anyway. All right, that's it, guys. We're going to check in another hour. All right, guys, both of these are sitting right at around 160. So I think I'm going to take them off and wrap them. And I'm going to drop the temp down to 100 or 225, and we're going to put them in that raspberry chipotle sauce. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get these wrapped up. I left the probes in there because we're going to keep monitoring the temp. Let me put a little bit of this down first. And if you guys haven't tried this, Blues Hog raspberry chipotle, you're missing out. This stuff's pretty good. Even though I like to make my own sauces, Blues Hog stuff doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup in it, and it is really good. Some of their stuff is off the shelf, man. It's just crazy. So I'm just gonna just kind of get some in here, let it marinate while it's cooking. I'm using the really thick aluminum foil so I don't have to double wrap it. Alright, that's the first one, guys. I'll do the second one and we'll stick them back on the cooker. Alright, guys, the one on probe number 1 just went over 200 degrees, and I think that's going to be fine for these. I'm going to let the other one stay on there for a few more minutes. So we're going to pull off probe number 1 and test it out. Well, there you go, guys. That's one of the pork steaks right there. Fresh out of the wrap. It smells awesome. It smells nice and smoky. Very tender. Pull a piece right off of here. This is the one that hit 200 in the deepest part. Look at that smoke ring. Holy cow. That's a pretty awesome smoke ring right there. Pull apart tender. This is how I like them. I don't like them with pulled pork. I want them so they got some bite to them, but they're super tender, so you can just chew them right up, and that's how they are. The other one will get there in a few minutes, but dang, guys. Okay, so that smoke ring is awesome. Awesome flavor. Plenty of fat is rendered, but it's still super juicy, still has some more rendering in there. Check it out, guys, man. These Lone Star Grillz, pellet grills, using those oak wood chips with the pellets, it is fantastic. You can't buy one of these and say you don't have any smoky flavor to your pellet smoke. There's absolutely no excuse with the split basket over the fire pot, and the ability to use these wood chips is just changes the whole perspective on pellet grills. So the regular Lone Star Grillz, pellet grills, and the Fuego Trio, you can use it both. Fantastic, guys. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And boy, I tell you what, that is an awesome smoke ring, using those oak chips and pellets for sure. All right, I'm going to finish off the other one for dinner. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next fire and water cooking video. Well, there you go, guys. Check out the Lone Star Grillz El Fuego Trio and their pellet grills at lonestargrills.com with a Z. And also check out Fire and Water Cooking Seasonings down below. And I'll see you on the next Fire and Water Cooking video.